everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I filmed this summertime makeup look. It's a really fresh, simple, natural look. It is perfect for when you go on holiday and you want your skin to look really fresh, but then you also just want a pop of colour on your lips. I used some really great products today. They're really versatile and they are perfect for if you're travelling or going on holiday, because I know when I go on holiday I want to use as minimal product as possible. So if you want to see what products I used and how I got my face looking like this, then just keep on watching. Usually when I'm on holiday, I don't love to wear foundation or anything. Sometimes I'll wear a BB cream at the beginning of the holiday, and then once my face has sort of started to develop a tan, I don't really wear anything on my skin at all. I just like to keep it really natural and fresh. I just think once I've got a bit of a tan on my face, I don't really need foundation or anything. My skin's usually quite nice on holiday, so I'm going to skip that step. But if you do want some coverage, then feel free to use a foundation or BB cream. I'm going to start off by just using the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel, and this is the liquid fluid, and it's like a really beautiful illuminating highlighter. I just want to use this to give my face a little bit of a glow. So I just like to take it like this and then just pour a little bit onto my finger, and then I'm just going to dot this on the highest points of my face. So I'm going to be putting it on my cheekbones, like where you would normally put a highlighter. I'm just going to put some on the centre of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to put some on my brow bone, a little bit on my chin, and I'm also just going to add a little bit to the apples of my cheeks, which might seem a bit weird to have like a glow there, but I'm not going to be using a blush in this tutorial because I've got this amazing red liquid lipstick that I really want to use, so I just don't want to clash the pink and the reds together. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this onto my cheeks just to give my face a little bit of a glow. I'm just going to buff it in using this Model's Own contouring brush. I literally love having a tan on my face. So I just got back from holiday. I was away for 9 days in Florida and I built up a nice little tan. Not sure how long that's going to last in London, but while my skin does have a nice tan, I'm going to make the most of it and not wear any foundation or BB cream and just let my skin breathe. And normally I only really wear foundation or BB cream when I'm pale, just to give my skin a bit of colour, just because I feel like I just look a bit dead without it. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. Just going to dot it on any like redness that I might have, because where I'm not using a foundation or anything, I'm just going to pop this on any areas that I want to conceal. Then I'm just going to take a damp beauty blender and just blend that in. I don't really like to wear a lot of makeup on holiday. I like to keep it quite simple and really quick. And I just like to use the minimum amount of products that I possibly can. So now I've patted that in, I'm going to set it, and I'm using my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And I'm just going to take whatever is in the lid with this Sigma concealer brush, and I'm just going to pat that underneath my eyes. And I love this brush. It is like the perfect size to set your under eye concealer with. Just fits perfectly under your eye. I'm also just going to put this anywhere that I get a little bit shiny, so like on my forehead. This comes in handy especially if you're in a hot country, because it's just going to help prevent too much shininess. Like, we want a shine and a glow, but I mean in the right places. We don't want to look sweaty. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of bronzer to my face, because although I have an overall tan, I still want to define my face. So I'm just going to give myself a really light contour. And I'm using my Soleil Tan de Chanel. And I'm using the same Model's Own contouring brush that I used to apply Chanel fluid. And I'm just going to pat this on the hollows of my cheeks. And I love using cream products, because I think they just blend into your skin so much nicer and they just leave a really natural look. And then I'm going to put a little bit just on my temples, and I'm just really buffing that out because I want it to look really nice and natural. I don't want it to look like I've put bronzer on. I want this to still look like it's a natural tan. And then I always buff this down my neck as well. I always get this like massive white patch here on my neck where I sunbathe and I'm like this on the deck chair. So I always have to add a little bit of extra bronzer there where it just doesn't get any sun. So bronzer is done. I'm going to move on to my brows now, and I'm just going to really lightly fill them in with my brow pencil by MAC. And I love this one because it's got a brush on the end, so you don't need to bring a separate brush along with you. And then I'm just really going to lightly feather this into my eyebrows. Before I went on holiday, I was on a modelling job for Blink Brow Bar, and I had my eyebrows threaded for the first time ever. I just really lightly pluck them myself, but I never really know like what hairs to pluck and like what shape to put them in. Or that's just my eyebrows, I just don't have a nice arch or anything. And then I got them threaded and I am literally in love with them. The lady did them so well, and they actually have a really nice shape now. Like, I'm so impressed with them. I feel like I need to get in the habit of actually getting my eyebrows threaded now. Then I'm just going to set them with a clear brow gel, and you'll be pleased to know that I bought a new brow gel, and this one is the Rimmel Brow This Way gel, and I love it. It's really good. I really love the brush. It picks up a lot of product as well, and I love that it's really small as well, so this is perfect to travel with or even just keep in your handbag. I got this Charlotte Tilbury palette, and this is the Instant Look in a Palette 5-minute face on the go natural beauty, and it is just the most beautiful palette. So you open it up and you have all these different shades here, and I just thought it was the most perfect palette to take on holiday because you have everything. You have your bronzer, blush, eye, so they are just such fab colours. And they are multi-purpose as well, so you're bringing along a palette that can pretty much do your whole face. So this is what I was using every single day when I was on holiday, and it just made doing my makeup so easy. And the shades as well are so pigmented, really easy to use, so lovely to buff out. So this is what I'm going to use today to create my holiday look. So I'm going to take step 1, which is the eye brighten. I'm just taking it on this Sigma domed blending brush. This is the E43, and I'm just going to pop this all over my eye and into my socket and up to my brow bone. This is just like a really light shade. It's just going to kind of blur any imperfections on your eyes as well and create the perfect base for when we go to smoke out our eye a little bit. Then I'm actually going to move on to step 3, and this is the eye smoke, and I'm just using a Sigma tapered blending brush. This is the E35. And just taking a little bit of that on my brush, I'm just going to pop this into the crease of my eye, and I'm just going to kind of wing it out at the corners. This is going to give us a really nice elongated look. Now all these shades are really lovely and light. It's a very neutral palette because it does say it's for a natural beauty look, which is exactly what I love to go for when I'm on holiday. So this smoke shade is just really soft and pretty, and it's just going to look really lovely sitting into your crease. It's just going to give our eye a slight definition without being too harsh. And I love these Sigma brushes. They are so soft. Normally I use MAC brushes, but I recently got these Sigma brushes and I can't believe how soft they are. This brush is my new favourite brush, and it just blends out your eyeshadow so easily as well. So I'm just really using this to add a little bit of definition into my crease. And I'm just going to keep dipping into the smoky shade and just building it up onto my eye just until I'm happy with how dark it is. Now I'm going to take the Stigma E30 brush, and again I'm going to dip back into smoke, and I'm going to pop this under my lash line. And I'm just going to kind of link it up to our crease shade. So now I'm going to go in with number 2, which is Eye Enhance, and I'm going back in with that domed blending brush, the E43. Again, I like to travel with as little products as possible, so I like to use brushes that are multi-purpose as well. So I'm just going to sweep this over my eyelid, and you can even go into the inner corner slightly with this one as well. This is the perfect brush, it just fits so well in my inner corner. Now for mascara, I'm using this new one by Elizabeth Arden. I ran out of my one that's usually in the gold tube, and when I went to repurchase it, they said they had discontinued it, and I was so upset. But they said they brought out this new one, so I thought I'd try it, and I've been using it for a while now, and I have to say I don't love it as much as my one in the gold tube. I reckon it's probably the same formula, they've just changed the brush, and it's like a really thick brush, and I just find that it goes a little bit clumpier on my lashes than the other brush did, but it does still make them really long. I think you just get used to using a certain mascara and you know how to work with it, and then when you get a new one, it just never really compares to the one that you had before. So I'm a bit disappointed with it. I don't think we repurchasing it, and you guys know how much I loved that other Elizabeth Arden mascara. It was so good. I don't want to go too dark with my lashes, so I'm just going to give them a really nice light coat. Then to finish off my face, I'm going to go back into the Charlotte Tilbury palette, and I'm going to use this beautiful face highlight here, and I'm using a Sigma fan brush. And I love this fan brush because it's actually quite thick for a fan brush. It really does pick up a lot of product, which is really nice. And I'm just going to pop this on my cheekbones. This is just a lovely natural highlight. It's really complimentary and really soft and pretty, and it just looks lovely when you just get a little bit of sunlight glowing on your face. I'm going to put some on my Cupid's bow just on the very tip of my nose, and I'm also just going to run this under my brow bone. I'm never like overly specific with highlight, I kind of just put it on wherever. So then you obviously have the bronzer shade here, which I'm not going to use today just because I did use my Chanel bronzer already. But I have tested this one out, and it is a really lovely shade. It's great to use for contouring as well because it's a slightly ashier bronzy shade rather than an orangey shade. So it looks really nice if you want to contour. And then of course you've got your two cheek colours as well, which I'm not going to use today. So now I'm going to move on to lips, and I always feel like on holiday I'm a little bit more daring with my lip shades. I'm a bit more experimental. I do like to go for a bold lip, and while I was on holiday I tried out this Ciate London liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Starlet, and I already used the shade Obsession, I think, of this in one of my other videos, and I just love the consistency of it, and I absolutely love this brush as well. It's really great because you don't really need to use a lip liner, because I don't actually have a lip liner that matches this shade. I just use it straight from the tube. And the brush on this, I don't know if you can see, is really nice. It's kind of like pointed at the end. So I'm just going to pop this on, and I'm not going to talk because I will end up messing it up. And it literally feels like silk to apply. I literally love... See, I just did that. Like, how beautiful is this colour? It's almost quite orangey as well. I love wearing a bold colour on my lip at the moment. So I'd really recommend these Ciate London liquid lipsticks. They have some really beautiful colours, and this one is definitely one of my favourites. Then lastly, I'm just going to take a bit of my Vita Liberata Body Blur. You guys know how obsessed I am with this. And I am just going to pop a little bit of this onto my chest. And what I like to do is just dab it on first. Then I'm going to use a synthetic stippling brush and just blend this into my chest. I just love using this because it makes your skin look so flawless. And I always just blend this up into my neck as well. And the great thing about this body blur, you can even use this on your face. So if you didn't want to use a foundation or BB cream, or even if you were just heading to the beach or heading out for the day and you didn't want anything on your skin, you can always pop this onto your face again with a stippling brush. It's just going to give you a really nice natural looking glow without having like heavy product that's going to be sitting on your face. And it's also going to give you a little bit of coverage as well. And then one final step that I forgot that I love doing is, again, I'm just going to take my Charlotte Tilbury palette and dip into the highlighter shade. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this onto my collarbones. Again, just because it says it's a face highlight doesn't mean that you can't use it for multiple purposes. Just to make them stand out a little bit, I think it's really flattering. So that is it for this tutorial. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I love the way this look turned out. I think it is the perfect holiday makeup. Do let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments, and I have filmed a designer handbag tutorial, but please let me know if you guys want to see it or not, because I'm not sure if that's the sort of content that you will like. I did ask what sort of videos that you wanted to see, and you did say some fashiony videos, and I filmed the video but I obviously haven't uploaded it yet just because I feel like it will get a lot of mixed reviews. So please do leave me a comment, let me know if you want to see my designer handbag collection. And also please do give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you're not already then hit the subscribe button. I will list all the products that I've used in the description box below, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye!